What did you feel after your goal? Kind of feel like the entire building kind of exhaled there a little bit when you got that goal.
Yeah, I mean, we've been throwing a lot at him. He's trying to get a lot more shots on net. They've been doing a good job of blocking shots, but yeah, I knew they're not always pretty. Sometimes they're really greasy, and that's how playoff hockey goals are scored. So yeah, I'll take that one.
Sam, what changed for you guys after the first period? It seemed like second period on, you guys just dominated possession and shots after shots.
Yeah, I think we wanted it so bad. I think we were gripping our sticks a little tight in the first, and then we started to loosen up and just relax. Started making more plays. Got back to our game that we've had success with all year. So it was good composure by our part, and we just calmed down in the second and third there.
For 2 days, you guys talked about getting traffic in front. You just mentioned that, but both the goals, you're jamming it in. Verhaeghe's banging it through. Just how happy are you that you guys were able to actually get something on those plays?
Yeah, it's huge. It's he's a great goalie. There's no doubt about it, and I think we can still do an even better job of getting more traffic to the net and making it tougher on them. That's how you're going to score. So we can definitely still improve on that.
What was the feeling here after the third period? You're going overtime for the third straight game. What's the tension like, or what's the mood like in here?
Yeah, it's there's no tension. I mean, our team's been great at that. I mean, really, for going back to last year, anytime we're in those high pressure situations, overtimes, we're super relaxed in the locker room, super confident. There's really no worry. We have the most belief that someone in this locker room is gonna get it done, and it was Rhino tonight.
How much did that first goal kind of help you guys' confidence on the power play? Because it seemed like you guys got a lot of chances on that first one, couldn't get one to go, finally kind of jammed it in there, and it seemed like you guys were pretty free from there.
Yeah, it's big. Our power play was struggling a little bit, and I think we're starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm now. So yeah, two huge power play goals for us.
And the
yeah, it's a good relief. It's a big win for us.
Just in terms of keeping your composure and keeping your focus out there were some big segments in the second and third period where the Rangers didn't get many opportunities, let alone shots. Just how hard is it to keep your focus in such an important game when you have the puck not really on your end that much?
Yeah, again, it is what it is. You're just trying to stay with the moment and see how the play develops, and try to do my best to stop the puck.
You've been through so many of these playoff series, and the swings, the highs, the lows, all that. Just how are you guys feeling right now, knowing that it's 2-2 going back to New York, best of 3 series?
Yeah, it's again, we have a good feeling. We got good belief, good trust in each other here. We got great atmosphere, and yeah, it's a fun challenge. We're going to New York and MSG. It's going to be a great game.
How much motivation do you draw going against a worthy opponent in Shesterkin at the other end?
I mean, he's a good goalie, and it's fun to play against him. And they got good team, got forward. So, and it's again, it's a fun challenge.
Carter, it looked like you guys came out pretty tight, and then all of a sudden, the second period started, and you just I don't know if they saw the offensive zone much.
Yeah, we. It feels like we've been doing that a lot lately, and something that we want to change a little bit. But obviously, I think after the second, or starting with the second, we came out stronger and had a good couple periods there.
What did it mean for the power play to get it done, and now to be heading back to New York 2-2? Just how much does that change the complexion of the series for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're going in 2-2 instead of 3-1 is huge, and yeah, the power play got done tonight. Obviously, a huge couple goals, and it's nice to see it clicking a little bit here.
And Rhino, of all people, of course, he scored from that spot a million times.
Yeah,
no doubt, right?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him wide open there, and I was pretty confident he was putting that one in. I mean, yeah, he has an awesome shot, and obviously he made no mistake in that one, and it was awesome to see.
How about your goal as well? I mean, can you describe it? It looked like you batted it out, hit Lindgren's helmet in it.
I don't even know what happened. I was at the net. I think someone threw it I think Chucky threw it to the net. And it might have took a couple of bobbles. I don't even know what hit, and I just saw it and tried to bat it in.
You guys talked about just that push you guys started making in the second period. A lot of flurries early, but once Sam's goal went in, to finally see one go through, what did that do for you guys?
Yeah, anytime you're at home and you get the goal, it gives you a ton of momentum. And I think that's kind of what happened with Benny's goal. And obviously a huge goal at a critical time, and yeah, to get us that momentum was huge.
How much is Mr. Sturkin the way he's playing? You have to keep him getting frustrated, just keep playing your game and being persistent with him because he's made obviously some saves.
Yeah, I mean he's obviously one of the best goalies in the league, and they're here for a reason. And every team has a really good goalie, and he's one of the best. So I think it's just making his life difficult. And I mean, yeah, we can look at some things, but I mean it's just mostly making his life difficult.
It also seems like 5-on-5, the Rangers are doing a good job of kind of boxing you guys out of the front of the net and kind of preventing you guys from getting those second-hand chance opportunities and getting in front of Shesterkin. I mean, what do you guys got to do to kind of get past all that?
Yeah, I think we just keep shooting, getting pucks to the net. Obviously, some movement in the O-zone, we like that, and I think, yeah, like I said, it's the playoffs, and it's a tough area to get to in the playoffs, and they have big defenders, and they're going to try and box us just like us. So, I mean, we're going to keep trying to do that.
How nerve-wracking was it in the third period? Because they went 13 minutes without even a shot attempt, and yet you're pressing and pressing for that goal. Like, does it get nerve-wracking? Like, here we go again?
No. I think after the first, we decided we're not going to be nervous, and whatever happens, happens, and that's kind of how we played. And like you said, we came out tight, and we just said whatever happens, happens, and let's go play our game. And can't control what you can control, kind of thing.
What was the confidence level like heading onto that power play?
Confidence was good. I mean, we've been going a little bit quicker, at a higher pace, faster pace the last couple. So the confidence is there. It was good composure early to withstand their pressure. And that's how the middle of the ice opens up.
We'll stay front right.
Barkey, how just the way Sam has been so productive on the power play this year, just how fitting was it that moment came down to the puck on his stick?
Well, if he's open, obviously we want to look for him, and he's in the slot, and just get the puck to him. Obviously he scored a lot of goals from there and works really hard in the practices shooting from there. So you want to get puck to him, and that's what happened.
Left side, second row.
Yeah, for both you guys. Sam just mentioned about withstanding their pressure early. What changed for you guys after the first period to basically lock them down?
Are you saying 5-on-5, or
Yeah,
just
what
saying?
you guys did in terms of just being able to dominate from the second period on in terms of shot attempts?
I think we supported better. Their transition game's so strong. We came back as a unit and really demanded that puck. Closer plays. That's what you need against a team like that's got so much talent on the transition, and that's what they feed off of. So, I think it starts on the defensive side of it. That's where all our offense comes from, and we started focusing on that a little bit more, putting more intensity on that side of the puck, and we're able to sustain a little bit more pressure and have it on our stick.
Did you want to add anything? Right side, Tom.
Sam, how many goals of your power play goals have been basically from that spot? Do you feel like teams have been trying to take that one away from you in the playoffs? It seems like it's been harder to get them from there, the shots from there this playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you go through a month like we had in January, when everything seemed to be going, it's obviously something they've been trying to take away. I've felt like we've done a good job of if they're taking that away, there's something else that's going to be open. You get Hagues to move off the backside a little bit more, make it a little tougher to defend. But I think it's just our pace the last couple has increased, and I think you look at all these penalty kills that are left. Everyone puts that pressure on, so the more you can withstand that, hold on to a couple pucks. That's what opens up the middle.
Left side, front row.
I guess we'll start with Barkley. Just a little bit about how close these games have been. I mean, obviously 3 straight overtime, but game 1 was close, and how the peaks and valleys of this series can go. You guys dominated game 3, but we're down 2-1 in this series. How good does it feel to be here now 2-2?
Yeah, of course, winning feels good, but I think like whole year, and that's just our game. Like we keep games tight. We want to defend really well, and that's where our offense comes from too. So we've had a lot of games that are close, overtime games, and 2-1 games, 3-2 games, 1-0 games. We had a lot of those, so experience helps. And well, obviously today was good for us.
Left side, Mike.
Sasha, I was just thinking, in hindsight, are you glad you didn't get the penalty shot, or?
It's okay. Referees made the call, so we're okay with that.
Yeah. In all seriousness, in the third period, how did you guys keep from frustration sort of inundating you? You know, it was really reminiscent of last game where you just had the puck the entire period and fighting to get that goal. How did you keep that mentality of, like, you know, here we go again?
No, just believe in us. Like, believe it's gonna come at some point, and it did today. And just keep working hard and never get frustrated. Only like enjoy what you do, enjoy the hard work that we put in, and it's gonna come eventually.
Take a few more questions. Left side, second row.
That was a question for either of you. Obviously, you guys knew the Rangers were a good team, but having played them now 4 games, 3 going to overtime, just what have you learned about them and how difficult of an opponent they are?
I mean, nothing we didn't know. You know, I think you see the top end talent they have on their team. They're going to take advantage of their opportunities when they get them. So, you know, you can't lose focus for a moment. You've seen it time and time again. So, no shock. It's been a close series, and you know, a couple bounces here and there to give either team a couple wins.
Left side, third row.
Sam, what's the feeling when you're seeing that the puck is going in after so many great chances against Shesterkin by your team?
I mean, he's arguably, you know, one of the best goalies in the world. He's going to make his saves. You know, I think when the game's tight and you know, the way we play, we're going to generate chances. The more we can stick with it, the more we can stick to our structure, the more comfortable we'll be. And you got to believe that one's going to go in.
Take 2 more questions. Back right.
Alex, there was the overtime goal, obviously, but those first 2 goals, were kind of greasy, kind of playoff goals. That's what Carter said in the dressing room. How important are those types of goals, especially when you're going up against a guy like Shesterkin, who's finding a way to stop so much?
Yes, like Sam said, he's one of the best goalies in the world, so it's not easy to score on him, obviously. So it doesn't, and obviously goals, it doesn't matter how they go in, as long as they go in, and you need that sometimes, and that's how it ended up. But I think like Sam's goal was a little nicer.
Last question, right side, third row.
Just for either of you guys, Paul Maurice has talked a lot about how hard training camp was earlier this year, and you guys don't look tired at all at any point in this game. I'm just wondering the confidence in your conditioning right now, because it seems like the endurance is unbelievable.
Everyone's feeling it this time. You know, when we're on our toes, when we're playing that faster pace, limiting their time and space, you know, it gives us maybe a little bit more room out there, and you know, that could feel better than when you got no space out there. So we're just trying to stick to our structure, use our depth. That's what it takes at this time of year.
I mean, it was about as well executed as you can, and their pressure was brilliant, right? Like, there wasn't a mistake there. It was just 2 really good teams, and we made the play. Had a version of it earlier in the game, and we didn't connect on it. And I think that, the second and third period kind of got us to an emotional level where you're just playing, and it's as fast as you can. And I think that's what we saw there, and that was just a bunch of elite guys with phenomenal hands.
Left side, second row.
Yeah, Coach, what led to, after the first period, what led to you guys getting to that level? And then when Sam Bennett's first goal went in, just the importance of seeing one get through, what did that do for you guys?
I mean, the truth is, I don't know. If I did, we would have done it at the first. I thought we were tight. That's the best way I could describe it. Like, both teams wanted so bad, have invested so much hard work to get there. I just thought we were tight. And then after the first, we just played. It wasn't more coaching, it would be less. I mean, they just, I don't have a better explanation for it. I'm not, I don't think I wind them up hard before a game, but you never know what your impact is. But that was my conversation after the first, is I thought we were tight and we don't play that way.
Back left.
What's going through your mind on the Wheeler penalty? Are you thinking penalty shot? Are you hoping penalty shot?
I'm just not sure I want to answer that question. Because I want to tell you the truth. I would say I've got a pretty good idea after game that the math on it is dead even. Like, I think our power play percentage is about 33.3, which is exactly about, I've seen a bunch of breakaways not go in. I don't, maybe the truth is I don't know, if you asked me, I got to pick one, which one I would pick. If we hadn't scored, penalty shot all day long. That's just the truth. I don't know, because it all went through my head.
Front right.
To be clear, you would pick power play now?
Pretty sure
Thank you.
that's the way
Thank
we go. That's 90% of coaching is revisionist history. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I put that guy on the ice.
How much, this kind of goes back to your first answer, but forget the circumstances and the stakes and game 4 and down 2-1 and all that. How much do you find yourself just enjoying what that third period was, when it's just end to end and both goalies are just doing ridiculous things? And how much do you find yourself having fun in that moment, if that's even possible?
It is, but there's a qualifier to it. You don't have to be winning. You don't have to be dominating. But you have to be kind of playing the way you've prepared your team to play. If you've done your job, we should look a certain way. I mean, the conference final against the President's Trophy team, so you're not owning that game or all of it or chunks of it. But if we're playing the game the way we feel we should look, then I enjoy the hell out of it, right? And then because in your own brain, then you're not looking for a solution to a problem. They're on us, whatever, we're not breaking the puck out, we can't get it deep, whatever it is. So if you're not looking the way you look, you aren't enjoying it because you've got problems that you haven't solved, and that's your job. Then after that, yeah, I mean, they're going to do good things. They got such great hands, such great speed. But we're playing as hard as we can. The bench is right, the mood is right. We're just playing hockey, and then you enjoy the hell out of it. It's the best part of your year.
Front left, Mike.
Paul, but how in that situation in the third period are you not thinking, here we go again? Like, it was so reminiscent of the third period the other night where they went 13 minutes without a shot attempt tonight.
You just don't let yourself, because the last game was the last game. We had liked the way we had played for big chunks of the last game, and we're right. Because last year we went as hard as we could every game and we didn't win, and I got no problem with that. There wasn't anything left for us to do. I would say for a big chunk of the games that we've played in our last two, they played as hard as they possibly can. They stuck together, they cared for each other, they treated each other right. Each one of them took the lead at a different time or a different play. So the result will be the result. There's nothing left to do.
Take a few more questions. Front left, George.
You now have a best of 3. You've talked about you'd be happy going into Game 7, overtime, whatever. But did you think this series would be as close as it would be? Even Game 1, the one you got 3-0 was 1-0 going into third.
I think we hoped. Like you don't start at home for a reason. They finished ahead of you. We have an elite team. So you know that if you play really well and really hard, you got a chance. And for the most part, it's going to look even. I think it's phenomenal hockey, and I can say that. I mean, if you're up 3-0, that's easy for the coach to say. But it's 2-2. It's tight. There's great saves at both ends. There's incredible skill, incredible speed. There's some physicality to it, but it's also been a really disciplined series. There haven't been the blow-ups. Like, for the new people to the series, it's not overly physical. Like our Boston series was mean and disciplined, but mean. So it's just two really good teams. You can tell they got good leadership. They've got great skill, and it's 2-2. So the benefactor is that both teams are at least going to play 6 games, and if you're a fan of hockey, you're going to get entertained.
Take 2 more questions, front left.
Did you say 2 more questions the last time? I'm not doing any math up here, but I thought it was 2, and I thought you were going to double the 2-parter, but you didn't. There you go.
Paul, there's been a lot of goals in the series that have come right off zone starts, whether it's O-zone or D-zone. And you've got a couple of guys, particularly tonight, Sam Reinhart, Steven Lorenz, were lights out in the face-off circle. Just about the importance of having a lot of guys on your roster that can step in and really win you a lot of draws.
And Lister Reinen had put some big numbers in, but so has Vincent Trocheck. He's been just dominant in the circle. So you need a bunch of people. There weren't as many... and I appreciate this, but there weren't as many centermen kicked out tonight. The linesmen did a brilliant job of managing, and there wasn't cheating or anything. It was just really well done by the officials. And then it's critical. Now I don't know how true this is, but I've been told enough by analytics that faceoffs don't correlate very well to winning. It's not a stat that can tell you who's going to win the games, except when you lose the draw in Game 3, it can correlate to winning pretty quickly on you. Having people that you trust on the strong and weak side is very important.
Last question, back right.
I know you've gone to the Verhaeghe Barkov line a little bit and putting them together. Why are they so good, and what did you see out of them to generate their goal tonight?
Well, the elements of the line, so we have extreme speed and an incredibly quick shot in Verhaeghe. You have all of the things that go into a 57 goal man in the regular season, all he scored in the playoffs, and he's a penalty killer. It's very unusual. And then the Barkov effect, and none of us have enough time here tonight for me to go through that. So you have unusual men in all 3 positions.